And now we have a hotline from Levi in the United States.
Dear Supreme Master, thank you for always being the advocate for the truth. I'm a resident of the great nation of the United States. Whenever I read about political issues in the country, it sadly breaks my heart every time I see injustice in full display in our court system and at multiple levels of our government. Everybody with eyes and a clear mind would clearly see the charges that were brought against President Donald Trump are simply attempts to disqualify him from running for president. Meanwhile, criminals are causing havoc on the streets and they are walking free with no consequences. I think something inside is telling me that this has been a grand plan from heavens to have the corruptions expose themselves in the light. All the charges brought against President Trump lack evidence, but the corrupt judges and the prosecutors are set on finding him guilty. Fortunately, by the grace of heavens, some of these people are being investigated for misconduct in their office. I do pray that all of them will be exposed of their wrongdoings. I would also like to thank President Trump's sharply intelligent lawyer, Alina Habba. She's been a champion in standing up for justice, and I appreciate her unrelenting willpower. This breaks my heart every time I see the judicial systems. Instead of helping the people of America, they spend their time and money on wasteful efforts to smear a political opponent. American people's quality of life has been decreasing for the past 4 years from rising inflation, cost of living, and increase in crime. And it feels like nobody in charge is doing anything to help the American people. They also lie openly with no shame. I'm sorry, Master, for this tearful letter to you, but I cry every day for the beautiful American people. They deserve so much more than the leaders who forsake them for personal gains. I pray every day for our people to quickly see the truth, to quickly turn around and find truth in all the things we see. With lots of love, Master. Levi from the United States.
Empathetic Levi, we understand your concern for your homeland and are hopeful that a brighter future awaits the United States once President Donald Trump is re-elected as the chosen leader with heaven's merciful blessings. Master conveys her warm love.
Karen Levi, I too, as you have seen, was crying for your people since President Trump was stripped out of his mission in the last election, foreseeing how Americans and world citizens would suffer under the dark force in the next years after. But my words of counsel went on to deaf ears.
You must fight to the end, Mr. President. It's not for you, not for your families. You have children, you understand, you know how you love your children. Imagine if your children are being bombed, being crippled, being killed right in front of you. How would you feel? Well, that's how hundreds of thousands of children die like that. As I'm talking right now, I don't know how many children die out there. Die young, die innocently, die unjustly, because you make peace. So future children will not suffer that fate anymore. You have to fight. You cannot give up. You have to fight for them, Mr. President. I never ask anybody to do anything, but I ask you because I have hope that you are the only one who can do this, and you have proved it. You have never said that you're going to be president and then you make peace, but you just make peace like that. And how many hundreds of thousands of millions of people's lives will be saved? How many countries will be stabilized and have peace and have prosperity and get on with their lives because of you? Please fight for them. Up to now, not everybody can make peace the way you do, so please continue to fight. It doesn't matter. You cannot predict whether you win or lose. That also depends on the karma of your country and of the world. So just fight. Just do what is right, because you rightly won the election. Heaven told me that, and I know that. I know many things that I cannot tell anybody, but time will tell. You cannot just give up because maybe the other party come up and then they will go bombing children, bombing women, bombing innocent people again. And nobody can stop them. And these countries, they are not Western countries. They're not America. Most of them cannot afford the medical care that the Westerner or the Americans can afford. They are poor countries, they're already poor. And if they are wounded, injured, handicapped, crippled by bomb, by gun, by whatever in the war, they will just die or suffer. Please think about that.
What would happen if Mr. Biden were to become president?
Well, what would happen? Well, it's very difficult to pinpoint, yeah? Yes. But America, we lose trust from the international community because such a dismissing of justice, and respect to the top country leader.
Yes, Master.
Yeah, and such a deliberate kind of actions against him, in many ways. And people will also distrust the media, the mainstream media. Yeah, that's what I worry about.
Yes.
I just hope not. But it's too obvious, it's too obvious. If the justice system doesn't work, then people don't trust it,
Yes.
If the media do not report the truth, just report fake news and biased articles, then people don't trust the media.
Yes, Master.
It is very simple as that,
Yeah,
Okay. So if the people in America also cannot trust the justice system, then how would the international community trust America? You see what I'm saying?
Yes, Master.
If it was Trump, then he would have continued with that project, and America could just live alone, not have to live off oil and gas from Russia.
Right, Master.
If Trump was there, the border would be secured.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So the pandemic will be more in control, less widespread. And then the border problem, they also blame Trump. They say the migrants come in because Biden said anybody can come, and they come in too much, from all over, and then they blame it on Trump. Can you believe that?
I don't know how they can do that.
Yeah, I don't know how they have the face to do that.
Yes.
These people, they are just shameless, moralless, loveless, wicked, evil. I'm telling you.
Yes.
I don't know if there's any stronger word I can use. I don't have. I hope the Americans will get better. My God, poor Americans. They work so hard, and they're so generous and kind,
It is saddening to see when sentient beings are dominated by the negative forces. The devastating effects of animal people meat eating have created a big karmic hole in our world. It takes a lot of effort to reverse this, but the turbulence will end if people choose to follow the compassionate vegan way of life and nurture the animal persons as one of their kind. May you and the wise Americans soon be able to embrace a kinder planet in celestial radiance. Love you.
Meat is the language of objectification, an attempt to turn a someone into a something. By referring to an animal as meat, the meat industry seeks to create a moral vacuum in the minds of consumers, a complete disconnection between the animal's identity and their flesh product. Robert Grillo, vegan. We welcome your heartlines, stories, and/or cute loving animal people clips. Please send them via suprememastertv.com/heartline.